What were you noticing? Because I'm missing a lot.
Like your hair is dark on the top. Maybe it's just because it's pulled to the back.
Oh yeah, it's growing out quite a bit.
Oh, okay. I'm like Dr. Lisa. It still look. I mean, girl, however you do your hair, you so creative. And yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey,
I might have
people.
to go ahead and spice it up.
But it's nice. It's nice. It's not.
Thank you, thank you.
So great afternoon, besties. How are you? I am Dean Kathy, and we are here for Bestie Finders office hours. And so again, I'm here with my bestie, Dr. Lisa.
Hey.
And our coach, our heart-led coach, Coach Nayala, she's on vacation. So, kudos to her, or what you call it, mini, micro,
Micro retirement.
yeah, micro retirement, because she's gonna be gone for so. Yeah, that's got to feel pretty good. But anyway, guys, we will not belabor the moment. We welcome for you who's watching now and for whom catch the replay. So every Wednesday is so fun for us. So what we got today, Dr. Lisa?
All right. So I dug in the crates
Mm-hmm.
to get us a topic that we don't really talk about a lot because we're pretty positive and empowered when we talk to folks. But there's going to be a time in every consultant, coach, team member, employer's life where you're going to have to let someone go. So let's go back and reminisce to our first fire. How did you handle that first firing of whoever it was? How'd you feel about it? And could your knowledge of the gifts now have helped you make that situation a little bit better?
Oh wow, that's good. That's good. Because in the state of the world now, a lot of that probably is going on, releasing people, having to let people go. And I know it's hard. So when I think about it, when I think back, I've never had to fire anybody, but I've
Hmm.
had to watch others, like work with or talk through with the supervisor. Now I'm like somebody else in a whole nother department, right? And they have to let a person go, right?
Hmm.
And so looking back on it, I can tell now what gifts they were operating in, right? I mean, and I've seen several fires, all right? And so you can tell when you have that person that's that compassionate, that's a hard conversation. They don't like confrontation, and they see that as confrontation or being negative, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and or getting ready to hurt somebody's feelings because they have a family. No matter that that person never came to work on time, didn't do the work that they were supposed to do, and just were not performing up to the standards and what they agreed to as far as the job description they agreed to in the job description, right? And so I
Hmm.
remember just having a conversation. I said, well, just tell me all the things that they're not doing. And so I'm like, is that pretty much the whole job description, right? Well, yeah. I'm like, so you know me. I'm like, girl, you need to let that go. All right. I understand your feelings and everything. So we still go because again, as perceivers, we are very high in integrity, honesty. If you're gonna do it right. If you're not gonna do it, just get to stepping, right? Don't just you quit. Okay. And so yeah, I've been on both ends of the spectrum with other people, and so helping them to walk that process through. And then that person who may be one of the stronger gifts, admin, teacher, even exhorter is going to be that one that's like, okay, I understand you have all these things going on, but you're going to get if you don't, get this right and do this, and and tell them the things that they need to correct. So it's going to be more of a counseling session. You know what I'm saying? And so, and what I can't do anything for you. If I can fight for you for another 30 days for you to get some things, or the next 60 days to get some things together, we'll go for it. But one of the other stronger gifts, they'd be like, well, you didn't do it like that teacher give. They're gonna be like, well, the policy said, the rules said, in the job description, did you meet any of those? Well, no, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, not sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So again, if somebody's getting paid to, do a job, so that exchange is happening, some people gonna feel sorry for you. So it's only one or two gifts that will, feel a little sorry. Compassion gonna feel a lot sorry. Exhorter and server may feel a little sorry, and maybe giver, but the rest of them be like, nah, no, they were hired for this, and they're not doing the job. So,
And you know,
yeah.
as you say that, with the rules followers, someone said something in a discussion I saw online a couple of days ago, that it's a decision, not a discussion. And sometimes our when we have our heart led or other of the emotional area gifts, they're like, oh, that feeling sorry turns into dragging it out, and now you're in the wrong because you're violating a policy. So there's got to, as you say, there's got to be a point where, okay, this it. I'm delivering the message, and this is where we are.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm thinking back because I'm gonna give you a fire where I was fired as a consultant, and one where I had to fire a client. So when I was fired as a consultant, that was very early on in my career. I did not have my rules set out, and I could not. I didn't even have a list of deliverables. So when I say now that I got to have a contract, and I need to know what the statement of work is, and I urge all of the clients that we work with in our business builders and biz besties to do the same, it's because you need some backative when things go all out of whack, or else you're gonna be left
Mm-hmm.
holding the bag, or holding no bag, as it were, because
Okay.
they're not gonna pay you. So when you don't have things in order, it's easy for whatever they say to be right, because the person with the money feels like they're the one in power.
You said
That's
a
not
person
always
was
the case.
what?
The person with the money feels like they're in power, because we always
Right.
keep telling people that the customer's always right. And
Mm-hmm.
sometimes that turns into the coach or consultant going all out of the way to compensate when they should fire that client. 'Cause-
And by the time they get to that point, the point of firing, they've lost a lot of money, or lost a contract, or whatever. So that's why I say, I believe in bringing people. Let's bring the issues to the table. And
Mhm.
but I'm not going to wait till it's like, about burn up and crisp and all of that. So when I start seeing it immediately, I pay attention, and I will bring the issues to the table early on, and giving them a chance to fix it before we get to the firing stage, not waiting to the firing. Now you're at that point, and at the point really of no return. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And now you got to be looking for somebody else, or find somebody else to replace, or you got to take up the slack or whatever. So it really is, it's more like, you see it up front. You saw it when it first started happening. On the day of firing is not when it began to happen. It didn't just bloop, everything was happening all at one time. No, it was a buildup of over time. And you just need to get into that place, in that space, where you be okay with bringing them to the table. That I'm
Mhm.
sure, like, and not to say that all the time, that what do they have, leading, like, evaluations. You
Mhm.
people have evaluations and things like that. Don't be saying they're doing good and they're not. All because heart-led gift, you don't want to hurt their feelings. But then you have those ones who are like those perceivers. Nah, girl, that, you know what, you showing up late every day, and that's unacceptable. That way, that's how, not for somebody else. And now, but what that person heard was, oh, she don't like me because I was just 5 minutes late. So now she hurled that against me. I was 1 minute late. No, but you were 1 minute plus however more minutes behind that late, and you've been doing it ever since you started. And I'm thinking of a friend when I'm saying this.
Mm-hmm.
Girl, she got fired. I helped her to get this job. And she did good the first week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I found out that chick was late every single day from that point on. And then she was wondering why she got fired. I said, "You want me to tell you? You want me to tell you?" Because it's not like they haven't said anything. And so she started complaining about stuff. I'm like, you haven't even been there long enough to be complaining about nothing. You trying to learn the ropes. Stop, girl. No, you gonna mess around here and lose your job. Next thing I know, honey, she got the gift of goodbye. Okay. And I understood why. I understood. Right. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And so when you see other people, and when you see people on both sides, like the ones who is not doing what they are contractually um, bound to,
Mm-hmm.
make up all different kinds of excuses. You know what I'm saying? It just baffles me. Like you weren't listening when they were telling you just want money, you just want a job, but you weren't listening to what the job description said, even outside of the parts that you like. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you might be hanging out. You might take a couple of trips to a tropical island or something, but you forgot when you get there, you got to work. You know what I'm saying? They're not sending you to the tropical island to hang out, right? Now you can do that after the work is done. But I'm just saying that's just an example
Mm-hmm.
of you listening to the parts that you like and you missed or didn't even ask the questions about the other part, right? And the person doing the hiring, they are just going by your resume, and maybe I'm sure you presented your best self at the interview, okay? And they were like, sugar, everything they said, yes, I can do that. Oh, I would be more than happy to. And well, tell me about this scenario. You give them the best, answer to their scenario and everything. Okay. And then when that time comes, honey, you act like that conversation was never had. All right. So yeah, I've never had to fire it. Well, now I won't take this as a firing, Dr. Lisa. I had to excuse somebody from Woman University. Right? And I'm like,
I think it fits. It so in that scenario, I would consider them a client that was fired.
okay, okay. She joined the program, and these are all the things we told you that you had to do. If you miss more than this, you need to just quit and start over, right? Or just go on about your business. So, and girl, so she broke every last one of them, right? Like it was just ridiculous. And so you wanted us to do this on your terms. If we were going to do it on your terms, you didn't even have to come because you could have kept doing what you were doing and stayed unsuccessful. All right, because you came to us for a reason. And so she was like, so I sent her a nice little letter, after I had, had a discussion with her. So she got the letter. So you kicking me out. I said, is that the way you see it? Yeah, well, your letter said, I was like, well, okay. I'm saying what my letter said. You have been um uh, your membership here or your whatever, it's been canceled. Okay, it's canceled. So you can take it as kicked out or whatever. Because at this time, now she about to wake somebody else up in me. I was giving my exhorter self, and so Perceiver Girl had to really go in and just tell her about herself and really break it down. Like, girl, really, if you were really serious about you, your business, your clients, you would do better.
Mhm.
and you're wasting your time and you're wasting other people's time, because that's at the time when we had several coaches from the corporate world that were willing to give up their time. I'm like, no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to disrespect the organization nor these professionals. All right, that's
Mhm.
giving up their time for free for you, and you won't never show up. And don't give them heads up. Don't contact them. Don't say anything. Don't apologize. Don't nothing. You just don't show up and you keep moving. Nah, we don't play that around here. But anyway, there you go.
Those rules still apply.
Oh, right. Ooh, that's
And if
good
if
though.
if you
Firing and
are
letting
up
go
for
of
those
clients.
rules,
Huh?
if you are up for those rules and you have a business where you have had to fire too many people, you might be misaligned.
Yeah. Now that's true.
And we got something for you. So today's your last day, your last opportunity to get into the Business Builders Info Session for our cohort that starts on July 21st. So hit that link, bestiefinder.net/bizbuilders, so that you can be down. And we'll see you this evening at 6 o'clock.
Absolutely. So either you could just go ahead on and sign up for the program, let's rock it out, or come on and join us tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern time for the Business Builders Info Session. So we're gonna be in there. All right.
That's it.
All right, Dr. Lisa. It's a wrap, baby.
It's a wrap. See you next week.
Bye, you two.